I visited El Morro National Monument in October 2021. Today's hike will be on the Headland Trail, which takes us to the top of the mesa and the Pueblo ruins. Before we reach the mesa, we'll find a reliable waterhole hidden at the base of a sandstone bluff. Knowing you would find water after days of dusty travel made El Morro a popular campsite for hundreds of years. Here, ancestral Puebloans, Spanish, and American travelers carved over 2,000 signatures, dates, messages, and petroglyphs. The last video showed the inscriptions as well as the visitor center. There's a box canyon, and at the visitor center they said it was used by the Puebloan people to trap wildlife, trap prey, and then later by ranchers. Pretty cool. They said stay between the lines. Lines were chiseled in the depression. This trail is a lot of fun. I love the path it takes, the zigs and the zags, and the views. Cena, which means where pictures are on the rock, was occupied from roughly 1275 to 1400 by ancestors of today's Zuni people. 18 rooms were excavated in 1954, 1955, and 1961. Today, however, the focus at El Morro has shifted from excavation to preservation. Because the walls of the Pueblo have been exposed to the elements for over 50 years, halting deterioration is an ongoing effort. The Puebloans, ingenious farmers of the high desert, were master builders. Their earliest structures, half-buried pit houses, evolved into above-ground pueblos by 1000 CE. Soon, the Puebloans were building many of their villages on mesa tops, perhaps with defense in mind, or perhaps simply to be high above the plain. Cena Pueblo, the largest of the pueblos atop El Morro, dates from about 1275. Its builders made use of what they had around them. Flat sedimentary rock, easily cut as slabs, they could pile one on top of another and cement with clay and pebbles. The Pueblo was about 200 by 300 feet and housed between 500 and 600 people. Interconnected rooms, 355 have been counted, surrounded an open courtyard. Square and circular ceremonial rooms, underground chambers that recall the pit house era, or spaces for informal gatherings as well as their religious ceremonies. Corn and other crops were grown in irrigated fields down on the plain. The surplus was stored in well-sealed rooms in the Pueblo against times of need. The grinding bins and fire pits remain today. Cisterns on top of the mesa collected rainwater. The pool at its base was often used, too, as hand and toe steps on the cliff face attest. An alternate trail for the residents may have followed the one that is still in use today. Thank you for joining me on the Headland Trail hike at El Morro National Monument. El Morro National Monument has a free campground. It has 9 primitive campsites suitable for tents and RVs up to 27 foot long. There's 2 pit toilets, and you can stay for free at the campground for up to 14 days per calendar year. I enjoyed my stay, and it was pretty empty when I was there.